against him. Okay, we're back. Except this time we're in the sniper blind. And we're after bushy tails. We're after squirrels. We're also looking for deer, make sure to see if we see any deer. Which we haven't. We seen a couple this morning in the wheat field up in the hill, but...
They were in a group of 6.
Yeah, there was 6 of them. It's, Saturday before Thanksgiving's opening day of bear season, but I don't have a bear tag. We don't see very many bears in this area. They are here, but I don't see them too often. Not enough to warrant me buying a license for one. But you know that's what happens. That's when you always see the bear, right? But we're gonna sit and see if we see any more squirrels. We already got one. Did you get it on video?
I think so.
Maybe.
I think so.
We got one and missed one. It hit some brush. He was sitting in real thick stuff up there. It was a pretty good steady shot, but it didn't hit him. It didn't even make it to him. But we'll stay here for a little while and see what happens. Got him. Oh, wait, no. He's not gonna stop. We're still leaking. I don't see him now. He's right there.
He went behind the truck.
Brains. Okay, gonna set some muskrat and mink traps maybe. Primarily targeting nuisance muskrats, but we have bank collapse here. You can see the rat toilet. Look at the droppings in there. There was another rock further down the bank here with droppings on it. So I don't see a banked end burrow here, but they've got a little clear out here. You can see where they've got mud tracked up in here. So I'm gonna put the conibear right there, 110 conibear right there. See if we got one creeping up. We got some burrows on the other side we're gonna set. And this here looks like a pretty decent one. See, I had the conibear set in there. Another 110. Looks like a pretty decent bald spot where they're running into the bank here. I think he's cut out. What's that?
There we go.
Yeah, I can't focus. Grasshopper! Okay, one more here. There's the conibear. There's that little one. We'll see what it does. Okay, a bit of an unusual setup on this. I usually don't see this here. I believe this is actually a bit of a feed bed. You can see where all the aquatic vegetation is here, dragged up into this little culvert here that they have, and you can see there I put a conibear in on the other side of it. So I think they're like working in here, down in here, or coming in this way, moving around this feed and then back out here. And then if you move down this way a little bit, right here there's a trail entrance way in that water in the vegetation. You can see here where it's pretty silty, muddy. So something must be using it. There might be another entrance way here for it. I'd be interested to see if I got one there. Okay, here we have another bit of a feed bed situation. You can see this little slide here. It almost looks like a miniature beaver slide. I put a trap right here, right down to hard pack. And what they're doing is that this little undercut bank here, they're stashing the vegetation up here. You can see it's all stuck in here. So they're coming up in here, eating the vegetation. And he's got a little trail and then bump back into the pond over here. So hopefully we'll get one. All right, first rat check of the year. Here's our first rat right there. Good head catch. got them in this trail. There's actually 2 more swimming around out there now. So we go check my other set here, see if we got something else. And there is victim number 2. This was a tricky trail there to see, but it's definitely there. I didn't catch anything on my feed beds that I set, but there's two good rat catches there. Get these guys out and get it reset. Yeah, there we go. Nice head catch. Pretty small rats. These are not real big. These are juvenile rats. I've caught way bigger ones than that before, but this is nuisance work. It's not, you know, trap and conserve. This is get them out of the pond because they're digging holes in it. So we're gonna catch as many as we can before we get ice. Okay, there's number 2. Another good head catch. You can see I had to pull the H stand and everything right up with the trap. Get it reset here. We'll get it back in. Good start to the day. Okay. Rat check number 2. We got a floater. I think I got him by the foot actually, if I'm looking right, because the trap post is right there. Second hit for this channel here. I don't hear any rats tonight now messing around. So I got one here. If we come this way a little bit, I set a secondary trap out there. If you look right here, there's another one right there, head catch. Perfect. All right, let's get these guys out of here and then we'll move on. Okay, I'll give you a look here at the 2 different stands I'm using. These stands I made, one is an H stand. You can see it just has the handle on it there. I know I'm videoing in the dark. This one is a regular rebar stake. And I welded rod onto the bottom of it with a conibear keeper. So these I really like. Those are super stable. And then you can make the rebar as long or as short as you want, depending on what sort of water you're trapping in. And there we have 2 victims. No more digging holes in the bank for you boys. All right, let's reset these traps and then we'll be on our way. Okay, this is rat day check number 5. I had something quite unusual happen here. Something I haven't seen before in this location. I used a double set here that I made. I made a big heavy piece of steel. I welded 2 other pieces of steel for it to make it super heavy. And it sits right on the bottom and there's a trap on either end of it so I can catch 2 rats at one time. You'll see when I have it pulled out here, but the rat here was caught close to the edge of the bank and something pulled him out on the bank and ate him. It's all gone. Okay, warning, graphic content coming up. I think it probably was a hawk. I don't think it was a mink. It could have been a mink. I've also seen coon will eat muskrats as well, so if it could have been a hawk, it could have been a fox that grabbed him, who knows, but it was more than likely a hawk, seeing him from the top, you know, seeing him from above and then pulled him out, but something pulled him out. I'll show you here what happened. Oh yeah, there's what's left of him. So I had the trap right here, and the other trap is still there, and it's not set off. I'm gonna get her out. There's my train. Alright, push that off. So there's my bar. There's my one trap with the muskrat in it, and there's my other trap that's full of weed now because I just pulled it through weed, but it wasn't set off. This is the first animal I've caught in this setup. You can see I have the conibear keeper right here, and then there's another one right here. So it holds one trap here, one trap here. Well, as you can see, that one caught the rat right around the head, but something got to him before I did and ate him up. Well, let's get him out. It's actually a much bigger rat, but as you can see, he is completely empty. Something completely ate his entire body. All that's left pretty much is the skin and the head. That's it. So I'm assuming it was a raptor because he's ripped right up the center. You can see where the trap caught him right around the neck there. He was done for. But it's pretty much just an empty skin. You see, he's completely empty. That's all that's left is the hide. So here's my trap set up. You can see I have one conibear here, another conibear here. All right, let me put it back in the water. There you might be able to see right how it's set in the water. There's one trap there, there's another trap there. Well, it works for him. There's another set with a rat in it right there. There's the rat. Got him in this one in the H stand. Got another stand here, but he knocked that one over. They have another little trail going out that direction. He knocked that trap over, but this one got him. You can see in here where they've been cutting all this vegetation. I know it's hard to see because it's dark, but you can see him there on the laying on the bottom. All right, let's get him. Okay, another good head catch here. A little bit bigger of a rat. Does he have any chew marks on his tail? Yes, he does. There might be one or two more in here yet. I got him perfect. All right, let's get it reset. Get him H stands. I like to lean that spring down so it's resting into the mud on the bottom. You can see I have the bottom bar on there. That's what I want the trap to go into. And then the opening of the trap is left right where the rat is going to travel, because they'll follow right along the bottom. They follow the runs. They kind of like a deer, they follow the same trails every time. So you can find trails where they have worn into the bottom like that. You can see where the mud trail is there. This one's harder to see because it's covered by floating vegetation, but it's always down to hard pack. You can find areas where it's down to the stone. That's where the rats are running. All right, let's get this reset. I'm hoping you can see the trap there, but it's sitting right on the bottom. Same with this one, it's sitting right on the bottom. The bottom jaw of the trap is right on the bottom of the pond. That's where you want it. You don't want it sitting on. One more unusual catch from me. Usually I catch them under the water. This guy was actually up on the bank. So I had the trap right next to here. So I'm assuming he came off the bank to go that way and got caught. See, he's bone dry. Caught him right around the head again. This one the raptor didn't get though. That's pretty cool. 3 rats. So that brings my total to 7. And I've been checking them for a week. Me and my daughter set these on Saturday. It's now Friday night, the day after Thanksgiving. So last night was the only night I didn't check the traps. So we're doing pretty well. I know there's at least 1 or 2 more in here. There's not going to be too many more. I put a pretty hard hit on them to get them out of here. But we'll get this one reset. That's where I had you can see the little run there where he was coming out or going in. So I'll get this reset and get it back in the water. Pretty cool. Okay, you can see I have this one reset now. You can just barely see that little faint run that they have there. You can see now where it's coming up to the trap. And this rat, he was right up on the bank here, so he must have been going this way and he got caught and then pulled himself back up in the bank, but there he is. Makes number 3. Here we go, catch for the night. This will be check day number 5. 1 skinned out rat and 2 other decent sized rats. 1 on dry land, 1 in the water like he's supposed to be. But pretty pleased with that. That's not too bad. We'll have all our traps reset. We'll probably get a couple more out of here, I'm sure, before we start to get ice, but I'm hoping it was a mink that ate that guy. Maybe I'll get a chance at a mink. That'll be pretty cool. But I'm pretty sure it was a raptor that seen him and plucked him up out of the water, probably, because he is completely empty. He is completely empty. But yeah, it was a good night. This is pretty much nuisance control. These rats get into the pond here and they just decimate the banks of it. They just destroy it. So I try to trap them pretty hard as quick as I can. All right, time to go home. We'll do a few more checks, I'm sure. Okay, this is week number 2, foggy night. And here we have our first customer. See a tadpole down there. Rat number 1. Got him right off the bank. You can see the trap is right around his head there. Now if I continue on down this way, check my other sets here. It's been raining all day long, so there's been a lot of water come into the pond. There's another run there. Let's see. I think there's a run there, but I have to move my trap a little bit. I haven't caught one on that yet. It's one of my feed bed traps, but that's not been touched yet, but it's now getting full of grass because the water came up a decent amount. Now here I have a double. Oh yeah, right here. There's one. So he was actually coming out. He was already on the bank when I caught him. This guy was coming back in from the pond from this way. You can see he's facing out. You can just see his foot there. He's under the grass. Pretty good. 3 more. That's good. Get this guy out here without falling in. Oh yeah, that was a good catch. That's a big rat. That's a good big rat. You see all the vegetation that's pulling with it. Now I got one more. Right along the weed line there. That's another good rat. Let's go back down and get this. This one I'm going to adjust it a little bit. I'm going to move it from there right to here. Where's that other guy? Right here. This trap is in really shallow, but man, they've been using that spot really good. Oh, that's a deep head catch right there. Yeah, nice. Good. All right, I'll get these reset. And we'll see if there's any more. There's another good deep head catch right there. Got one more there, another one there. Let's get this reset, put that one back in. This one I'm gonna put back over here. Yeah, they've been in eating those weeds pretty good. Okay, 3 more rats tonight. This is the start of the 2nd week. So they're still coming in. Now the water came up today, so may have been some more moving in, but these are pretty decent sized ones, bigger than the ones I have been catching. Pretty decent shape. So it brings my total up to 10. I have all my traps reset, and we'll see if we get any more. We'll see what happens. Okay. Week number 2, check day number 3. We got another rat right there. Just one this time, running out of rats now. So let's get him out of here and we'll get this reset. Okay, here he is. I'll give you a better look at him. Good head catch right there. Actually, I got him right along the face of the weed edge right here. You can see I have another trap right here. You can see where the peg is for it. I know it's hard to see in the dark, but they were following this weed edge right here. They've been following that, coming in here, working around. I don't expect to catch too many more. Once the water stays down, they won't travel in from the creek unless the water comes up a little bit, then they'll travel in. But we'll get this guy out of here and we'll reset the trap. Here's the trap set, I got him in. You can see how I have it set there, the conibear keeper on the bottom, Metal bar welded to the rebar. Now, like I said, you can set the rebar however deep you want it, and just put that into the bottom. Works really well. Actually, I might do a video on how I made that, how I made him up. There he is. Makes number 11. I'm too short for a record for a season, so maybe I'll get some more. Okay, got the rat out of the trap, got the trap reset. He was the only one I caught tonight. And that water is freezing. It is freezing. It's really cold all day. It was snowing this morning, so it won't be too long before there's ice. All right, time to get back home. All right, just done checking my rat sets. Didn't catch any rats. Haven't caught any rats now for 5 or 6 days, so I'm pretty sure I caught every rat that was in this pond. Now, they will move in eventually. They'll move back again. They do every year, but I did find out an interesting story. The muskrat that got ripped up, I talked to the landowner, and he actually told me that it was eaten by a bald eagle. That's what ate that rat. I knew it was something that was pretty strong because they pulled that rat out of the water and then pulled the trap up onto the bank. They couldn't pull the weight. The weight got tangled up in some weed, and they couldn't pull the weight up on the bank with the rat. But that rat was, as you've seen from the video, completely empty. So it was a snack for a bald eagle. And he was welcome to it. Because I wasn't going to argue with him and take it off him. But yeah, that's how that was. So I might have seen my last of the rats for the year. I'm going to leave these traps out till I start to get ice, just in case I get a mink cruising in. And we'll go from there. If I have any more, I'll put them on the end of the video. If not, well, I'll see you on the next one. I have to check my muskrat sets, and there's a big bird track right next to the edge of the pond. And it ain't a turkey. See, there's my footprint. You can see how big it is. It's half the size of my footprint. And I have a size 11. So whatever it is, it's pretty big, but it's not like it walked in and out. It looked like it just came down and landed. Wow, interesting. Maybe my eagle buddy came back. It's not a goose because there's no web. Interesting. No muskrats tonight. Starting to freeze over. The pond is starting to ice up now. So my trapping is coming to an end in the water. Okay. Pulling some of my muskrat sets for the season. As you can see, the pond is frozen. If you look down there, right along the edge, I gotta be careful not to fall in, but look at those tracks there. I think I missed the chance at a mink. You can see they go all the way around the edge of the pond there. I think he made a little crossover here, but I followed it. You can see we had deep snow and a deep freeze. Because I had to, all my sets were under the water. So I think he came up here and then he crossed the snow that way. We may went down into the reeds there. See here, past the dock, there's more right there. Looking for bubble trails, but I don't see any. There's more footprints though. You can see they follow around just right on the edge of the pond. See, there's more. So he came up here again, and then went down into the bulrushes there. That's a bird. That's a bird. I don't see the tracks here. I put one of my sets out there. Put another set out there. See, all the burrows are buried in freaking snow and ice. Oh yeah. You can actually see ridges. See a couple of holes in the water. Looking for bubble trails under the ice, but you can see the ice is cloudy, it's not clear. There's another set in there. I have one there on a feed bed. And another one there I just chopped out. Ice is pretty thick already. Didn't take long. There was another set there. And another set there. Now those tracks don't come up this way. I didn't see them any further than here. I'm guessing it might have been a mink on the prowl looking for a rat. You never know. You never know. Maybe if I come back, maybe I'll put in a pocket set or something. This has really messed with my land trapping now. This deep snow. See how foggy that ice is. Well, for now, that's the last of my rat trapping. I think the creek is still open, but the river, I seen river ice this morning on the main river that goes past my house. There was ice on it. Yeah, I don't see those tracks coming down this way. They stopped up here.